Hello, YouTube family. It's your boy SJDH coming at ya, aka Seth. Basically, this is just an update on the channel and my skibbity Sigma male lifestyle. I know I haven't uploaded as much as I wanted to. Basically, I've just been, like flying on private jets and, like helping out a lot of homeless people and a lot of refugees and, just stuff like that. I started pumping iron at the gym recently. I have a sweater on right now, so you're not gonna be able to see my muscles, but it's a work in progress. There isn't any physical changes quite yet, but sticking to the process. But what I really wanted to talk about was this interaction I had with a certain somebody at the DMV, right? Okay, so I went to the DMV, in the capital of my state. If you know, you know. And because I had to get my driver's license updated, right? Because I got a forklift certification, like any alpha male tends to get. And they said, oh, well, we're not gonna have time for you. I'm sorry, you have to make an appointment. And so then, after I had already driven an hour to the DMV, I had to go all the way back home. What was that? So I had to drive an hour all the way back, and I was like, what the fuck? This is just complete bullshit. And so then I went on the website and I was like, how do I get the whatever? And then I figured it out. And so I got all the paperwork I needed to get, and then I went back up there. And I was like, okay, yeah, okay. Now I've got all the stuff I need to get my license renewed. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah, this is all good, this is all good. And then right before they were gonna send me out, they were like, oh wait, we need well, they said, yeah, I need my social security card, I need my ID, I need my birth certificate on top of that, which I just think is ridiculous. And then they said they needed my passport, and I'm like, I don't have a passport. I'm not going anywhere. And that's what I told them. I'm like, I don't fucking need a passport. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I don't even have a passport. This has never happened to me before in my 42 years of living, And, they were like, oh, well, it's just policy. Okay, this. And so, and then I started screaming, right? Like any normal person would do. I started screaming like, oh, I'm being attacked. This is against my constitutional rights. Like screaming. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I mean, obviously, what else would you do in this situation? I mean, I don't think I was acting like unreasonably at all, right? Like this was just normal, typical reaction, right? And so all of a sudden they're like, excuse me, sir, if you don't calm down, I'm calling 911. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you're insane. You're actually insane. And so then I just start screaming even louder. I'm like, well, I mean, if I need to be specific, I was like, all right, B word. You think I'm screaming? I'm gonna fucking start screaming even louder. It's like, I run into her and I start calling,
What?
excuse me, who is this?
Excuse me? Excuse me?
I'm trying to record a YouTube video right now. Do you want to be included? And so I'm screaming at the DMV driver, and I'm like, you're fucking trying to call the cops on me, bitch? And then I smack her right in the face, and then, oh, this is when shit really gets ramped up a notch. And then these two guys who, keep in mind, they don't even work at the DMV. They start tackling me, shoving me to the ground. They don't even work there. And I'm like, get your hands off me. I'm going to call my lawyer. Because, they had no legal right to touch me. And then all of a sudden, like 5 minutes later, the cops show up. They walk in, and then the stupid cunt bitch lady that called the cops on me in the first place was like, oh, that's him. He's the one that's been causing all this disturbance. And then I look at the cops and I'm like, I have done nothing wrong. She's out of her goddamn fucking estrogen filled bitch brain, right? And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we saw a video. There's security cameras all over this building. And I'm like, okay, well, clearly y'all are on LSD or something, because this is a complete lie. And then I start screaming, yelling, and then I go up and I punch the cop because, like, he's trying to, test my, like, masculinity, right? Like, he was threatening my manlyhood. And then for some reason after that he tased me after I punch him, and I'm like, and right, like, I get tased and all that, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, this is absolutely against my constitutional rights. And then I start reading him off, like, I'm like, listen, I have right to freedom of speech, right to bear arms. I have the right as a black man to vote, which they said had nothing to do with the situation, which, I mean, of course, police are just going to try to obfuscate as much as they can, because that's just what they do. But, and then I kept telling them, like, I have done nothing wrong, and they keep telling me stuff like, oh, well, you punched us, and oh, you were screaming and attacking people, and it's like, okay, yeah, you can just talk and talk and talk, but it's like, keep in mind, like, you're cops, you're probably racist, you love to kill black people. It's like, okay, who's really in the wrong, right, okay, but apparently this has nothing to do with the current state of affairs right now. Listen, buddy, you're screaming at people, you're attacking, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you do your white man thing. I mean, okay, yeah, I know I'm white, but it's like, okay, but these people are like extra white, right? Because they're just racist, and I'm not. But and so eventually they end up forcing me into their squad car, and like, they take me down to the fucking cell. I end up having to get bailed out by my buddy Ricky. It was like $1,000 bail. I'm like, are you serious? It's like, this is just goes to show, like, how the police just, uses people to just get money, and just in a completely unjust way. So yeah, I have the best Jewish lawyers. They're gonna be suing them, and the lawsuit. Oh, it's gonna be an ugly day for them. Let's just say that much. So, anyways, I probably went a little bit, several tangents, but thanks for watching my YouTube video, and make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, and check out Fishtank.live Season 2.5 Vampire Blood Games. Alright, good night, bitches. I mean, babes. I love you. Hit sub.